YouTube family, peace, and prosperity. Today is Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. It's your man Big D, and I'm back with another one. I would like to thank all of you that continue to show support to my son and I. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Well, family, today I reported that there was a executive order that President Trump signed into law that would affect child support. And the very particulars of this order, pretty much, when you a synopsis of it is this: if you put your child's father on, child support, if you go down there and put them people on your baby daddy, well, guess what? You can't claim that child on your income taxes. And everybody knows how important putting them babies on them income taxes are. Claiming them kids when you know that your baby daddy is doing the right thing. At the least, he paying his child support, at the least. So you go down there, you put them folks on him, and now he's back up against the wall. Well, with this new executive order, things is about to change. And I understand that there are those of you out there that are a little upset because I saw in the comments there was a detractor that said that I should go, I guess doing further research before I come on here and start telling you all the things that I'm being exposed to. And you have to understand, I just report what is reported. I just go on these YouTube streets and I see these very same things, and I look at content just like y'all do. And I see something that's interesting, and I say, man, you know what? How did that affect somebody I know? How did that affect me? So that is something that this content, how it's presented, I'm like, man, let me go ahead and see how that affected me from a personal standpoint, or somebody who I know personally, and how it affected them. So now I can go ahead and say, I can take it and I can regurgitate it and I can put a spin on it and play devil's advocate, and just to at least get people to look at it from a different perspective. Everybody ain't going to agree on everything, but we can at least agree to disagree. And it's okay not to agree on everything, because everybody ain't going to agree on everything. And that's okay. But we so emotional, we get all in our feelings, and we can't just say, you know what, hey, this is how you see things, this is how I see things, and we should be able to come to some type of an amicable agreement and just say, hey, you know what, it is what it is. But we don't do that. But at any rate, there is a content creator called Rivah TV. Amazing sister. Oh my God. The feminine energy that she exerts, you can feel it just coming through the computer screen. This sister, her content is amazing. But the thing that I most adore about her, she's a young sister. And man, I can feel that feminine energy. Oh man, listen, family. You get an opportunity to go over and check out some of her stuff. She is amazing. And I'm talking about from just the feminine energy standpoint. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and check out some Rivah TV.
New child support law. Patriots, if you don't know about this, Trump passed a new law that whoever is paying the child support will get to declare those children on their taxes.
I need you to come to the courthouse with me real quick.
What you need me to come to hell? No, I ain't finna go to the courthouse.
Come on, no, wait.
The courthouse for what?
So I can take you off of child support. Don't you want to get taken off of child support?
Sis, do not put his name on.
Hey, listen, that young brother was like, Come to the courthouse. What that's about? Courthouse for what?
The birth certificate.
Now, with all the stuff that's going on, he's already signed so many things into place. I know right now a pen hate to see Donald Trump coming. What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah, and I'm back again with another video. So Donald Trump is officially president again. His inauguration was held yesterday, which there's a lot of stuff that took place that I think that we should definitely talk about. But all I know is that this man has not even been president for a full 24 hours yet, and baby mamas are in a tizzy. Okay? The baby mamas already are trying to find a way to cancel this man and change all types of stuff that he's trying to put into place. After he basically gave them back TikTok, to express himself and tell all their business on this platform, that was obviously not enough because of a rumor that women that put men on child support will actually no longer be able to file taxes for them and receive any tax benefit from said children. So we're going to go ahead and take a listen to a round of videos and everybody's thoughts and opinions on it.
Trump passes insane new child support law. Patriots, if you don't know about this, Trump passed a new law that whoever is paying the child support will get to declare those children on their taxes, okay? So say you're a single father, single mother, and you are not the one paying the child support. You will not get the tax return for your child.
I believe that it is truly unfair that you have men out there who are providing, basically 100% of the child's expenses, right? They're 50-50 with seeing the child if the baby mama doesn't give them no drama or no problems. But they're technically, if you were to, put it into a calculator and see the amount of expenses this one man is covering for this child, it is not 50-50 parenting covering when it comes to the financial burden being on the man. He's technically covering 100% of the expenses for the child, while the woman is just taking that money and using it, for all of her household's benefit.
Family, listen, let me jump in right quick. I know that basically I'm pretty much just sitting here watching this video just like you all are, and I'm not really commenting. But as I said earlier, this is this little sister, yeah, that's you can just feel that feminine energy just coming through the screen. But nonetheless, the way that she present, her point and opinion is amazing. It is so refreshing to see a woman, especially a young woman, that can at least will look at it from a man's perspective. Will at least say, hey, you know what? Instead of just looking at it and saying men just conniving, low down, dirty dogs, maybe let's try looking at it from their perspective. So it's very refreshing to see a woman, let alone a young, sexy woman, speaking out for men. Man, listen, that is amazing. So, I'm gonna jump in here and there, but for the most part, I'm gonna just be sitting back listening, and I'm taking a ride with y'all.
And then that woman, gets to turn around and in turn file taxes as if she has been taking the financial burden of the children on her own arms when she never did that. I think it is only right for this law to come into place, if it is true, to balance out the scales a little bit.
I had to dust off my camera because not Trump sitting up here talking about that for the women who put their baby daddy on child support, then that baby daddy sits here and claims all those taxes. I actually do not disagree with that. I don't. And I know some argument was, well, it needs to be split because some women don't have an income. Why do you have that baby if you don't have an income and the father does? I mean, maybe it's just because I don't have no kids, so I think about stuff like logically. Like, if me and my baby daddy, if me and my man had a kid and we're not together, he's now my baby daddy, and I don't have a job, but he has a job, why am I not giving my child to that man that can financially support that baby until I get my stuff together? Like, is that hard? I don't know, y'all. Maybe I'm tripping.
Now, apparently, there is more details connected to the situation. Apparently, it's going to be a situation where the party who is paying the child support has to have, equal visitation rights, and stuff like that. And I wanted to get into this because if this is true, right? This is a new bill that he is going to be, signing for to change the child support laws. And I want to say this first of all. This just goes to show that women are the ones, I just got to keep it 100% real with you guys. Women are the ones who are promoting the baby mama culture. Because if this law were to truly come into place, it is going to be a natural deterrent for women to purposely get pregnant in hopes of child support, in hopes of filing taxes and getting a huge amount of money for every child that you have, regardless of what the situation is. I think it's going to put a lot of things into perspective, and of course, it's going to reinforce bringing back together a family unit. Now, why are baby mamas upset? Baby mamas are upset because they are trying to, and this is not for all baby mamas, this is not for all single mothers. Let me go ahead and make that disclaimer. But we do have a large amount of single mothers who are standing there with their hands out, wanting all funds they can get for the benefit of the children, and are purposely standing in the way for relationships with children and father, are purposely putting active fathers who are already willing to be there and to support their children on child support because of their own emotions and vindictive nature. Like, if we're really, truly honest about the situation, the only people who could ever be upset about this situation would be women who are being vindictive and are toxic in nature.
You know what's so funny about this child support topic? A lot of y'all ain't even on y'all kids' birth certificate. Y'all can't even put in for a social security card if the baby mama decides she ain't giving y'all none of the information. And what makes the topic even funnier, a lot of y'all behind in child support. Sir, what taxes you follow?
Again, this correlates to what I was saying about people who are vindictive in nature, saying that, a lot of these men aren't even on the birth certificates. I think that we can also, track that down the line. A lot of these women who don't have a father on the birth certificate is because they've already been schooled and hip to the game of how you can, get the best benefit of child support, of, governmental assistance or help with children, because of a lot of the women surrounding them or around them who have told them, make sure you don't put, the dad's name on the birth certificate so that, you can do this and you can maneuver in this way. Like, we have to be honest about that.
See, family, that brings a valid point, because back in my day, you had a lot of women that were on, that were on the system. A lot of these young women saw their mothers, on the child support system. And then a lot of those mothers, so you have mothers, you have mothers. So you essentially have generations of women that are taught to ride to get pregnant, go get they gonna give you some monies. Go ahead and go down there and have another baby. They gonna give you some monies. And as long as we keep on getting monies and keep on looking for ways to get easy handouts at pretty much the poor child's expense, because at the end of it, it's very selfish. Listen, it's like this. If you know that you are not in a position to bring another being into this world, and you can't care for it because you barely got a roof over your head, why would you do that? If you know that this man that you finna put this trap baby on, you know damn well that he ain't even got his life together. Why would you tell him, I'm on birth control? I'm on birth control. I ain't trying to have no baby, knowing damn well you ain't on. Yeah, you might be on them, but you ain't taking them. You might be prescribing them, but you ain't taking them right. And I understand that you saw your mother do that. Your mother rolled the system, and it is a learned behavior. But at what point are you going to, at what point as we as a whole going to break the generational curse? Because yes, I get it. It's men, we can't put all the blame on the women because we have to take accountable to, we got to be accountable for our actions in this as well. Because yes, it's true. They can say, oh, I'm on the pill, but we still got to protect ourselves. And I understand nobody likes putting on a prophylactic. Everybody like going meat to meat. Everybody like going skin to skin. I get it. I get it. It's all about that feel good. But at what cost? But I think that at a certain point, if you listen, I know women that are in their 40s, don't have no kids, great shape, good careers, amazing women, sexy, amazing, tight little bodies in their 40s. And for whatever the reason, they chose not to have children. And you know what their thing is? They say, hey, listen, I could have been like my friends who chose to get pregnant because it ain't like that. We went out doing the same thing. I was just smart with what I was doing. So I'm like, well, so really and truly, it all goes to the woman because as a woman, she controls access to sex. That I mean, you know, a woman controls whether you gonna clap some cheeks or not. She either gonna allow you, you either gonna get is either red light, stop, no, or green light, you clapping cheeks. So she controls access to that. Men control access to things like marriage, in particular marriage. So it's just, you know, it's just one of these things that we just have to continue to grow and evolve and move to just make better decisions.
Sis, do not put his name on the birth certificate. If you are currently pregnant, or if you know somebody who's pregnant and they got pregnant by a boy, I need you to really take this video very seriously.
And sometimes just keep it.
See, you got women coming on these YouTube streets giving this badass information. No, what you should be telling them is don't get pregnant. No, be down with how to circumvent the system by not putting his name on the birth certificate. Like when women in my day, that's the first thing they did is throw your name on the birth certificate, whether they knew you was a baby daddy or not. They didn't know. And back then, the people at the hospital would just let them throw your name on there. So that's just how it was back then. Things have changed since then. So, you know, instead of coming out saying, hey, this is how you circumvent the system, don't put his name on the birth certificate. No, we should preach and teach. No, don't, because hey, listen, it'll be nice to tell everybody, hey, abstain, don't have sex until you get married. But let's be reasonable. We too far gone for that. So that's not gonna happen. So what we need to do is teach people to be responsible. Well, hey, listen, you know, even though you can take contraceptives and you can still, and with contraceptives like birth control, you know, you can go meat to meat, but then you also got STDs. So perhaps, you know, going meat to meat might not be the best option. Maybe it's best to always put something on unless you know this person and you feel comfortable with this person.
Real, it's because y'all don't really know who the daddy is. Okay, you was playing games and just, you know, wound up in a certain situation and didn't even know who to pin it to. Okay, but that's a different conversation for a different day. But to be genuinely honest about that, saying like, oh, well, you know, some of y'all are not even caught up in child support, and some of y'all, you know, can't even file taxes, and y'all can't even get the benefits of Social Security if the baby mama doesn't decide to give you that information, is a toxic way of thinking. Again, are these situations about the betterment of the child, or are they of the betterment of the baby mama who put herself into a predicament and is trying to be in a position where she is not paying her portion of the child that she created, but wants the father to pay 100% of all the expenses in regards to that additional child in her household, and then is filing taxes as if all the funds that came in did not count for anything. Now, of course, I would assume that if this law did come into effect, there would be certain ramifications of it, right? The same way that they said that it would be like a 50-50 custody thing, somebody who's obviously current in their child support payments. I would also think that there would be a financial amount, right? So this, I'm assuming, would not affect the people who pay $50 a month on child support, or $20, or $100 a month on child support. I would believe that there would be obviously a certain amount that it would pertain to. Obviously, we know, because logistically speaking, it would not make sense if somebody's paying $50 a month and the child is not with them 50% of the time, and also the other parent is providing all of the other financial assistance. That obviously would not make sense.
Child support. Did you guys see what Trump just tweeted? Apparently, from now on, any fathers that are currently on child support will get to claim their kid or children for tax season. It's no longer just the mom. And I'm actually very happy about that, because I don't think that's fair. Like, you have either the mom or the dad on child support. They're giving you money all year long. So how is it fair that the other parent gets to claim the kid? Or when it's 50-50 and you guys both provide for your kid, how is it fair that one parent gets to take all of that income tax? I've never thought that that's like right. And I'm happy that he's going to do that now from now on. And in my opinion, if the children are 50-50 with the parents, I think the income tax should be split if you guys are both providing all year long for your child for whatever they need. But as far as all the dads that are going to be able to claim their kids from now on, if they're paying all year, like, I think that's such a good idea and I'm here for it.
The reason why I agree with this 100% is because there's so many fathers, right, that are doing more than enough, even without the actual child support statement, child support actions in place. There are fathers that are paying their child support. Just gonna say this. And on top of paying their child support, anything that child needs within their home, you have the mother talking about, oh, call your dad and ask him for that. Oh, call your father and ask him to do this. Call your dad and ask him if he can provide for this. Call your dad and ask him for some money. Like, we already have all these memes and stuff on social media where mothers will prep their children to get on their phone with their father and ask them for things that they need in means of support, for his child, when in actuality, it's really not support for the child. It's because the mother either wants something on the back end and is using the child to get it, or she's going to use those funds for something else.
Man, I ain't trying to get involved with y'all.
You don't get involved, I'm gonna knock your ass out too. Make a choice.
So much. I'ma do it 200. What's not clicking, Steven?
And so I think that this is creating a space of more honesty when it comes to child support. I think it's creating a space for where more people are going to be apprehensive on, just getting into these situations to get said income tax to take care of these children while they're also on different supplemental spaces, while also, asking for child support. I think it's going to start to separate and sift through the nonsense and the foolishness again, if this is something that is actively going to take place.
I absolutely agree with her 1000%. And we gotta really take a deep dive into this thing. Now, there is that mindset of, I can't really speak on it as much nowadays because, a lot of things are different from when I came up. But there was once that mindset, hey, have a couple babies. You ain't got to worry about getting no real job. That was kind of like I guess that was a career for some women. That's what they did. And now you have this coming into play and coming into effect. Now it kind of like evens the playing field, and it ain't no more of this shenanigans, no more of this going on. And now things are going to be, the playing field is going to be leveled in such that I don't believe the men have take issue with paying their fair share of child support. Now, if you have those men who, for whatever the reason, got a trap baby put on them, was told, hey, I'm on the pill, whatever the case is, you ain't got to worry about this, that, and they really didn't want to have a child, but a child was thrust at them, and they, still paid their child support, but they wasn't there in the child's life. And, like my son said on the video that he dropped, yeah, just paying child support don't make you a good dad. But he also alluded to the fact that he dodged a bullet, because now you at a point where, you find yourself in this situation where you paying child support. Now you might can't just work no regular job here in town, because ain't no money out there, ain't no money there. So now you got to make all kind of crazy moves, make crazy decisions to make sure that these people get their money. So with that, that's going to put you in positions where you're going to have to travel if that's what it takes to get the money. So, hey, in that situation, the dad ain't going to be able to be no good dad. He ain't going to be able to be in the children's lives, because if he out there traveling wherever the money takes him, and wherever he got to go get it, to make sure that he can provide, to make sure that them people ain't going to be trying to, suspend his license, put warrants out for his arrest. He gonna do what he gotta do. A man that's worth his salt gonna do it. He gonna if he gotta go to the ends of the world to make sure that he obeying the laws of the land, he'll still find a way to be successful. So I think that with this, when women see that there is no direct benefit to just throw a trap baby on a dude, hey, listen, well, when you start talking about these NFL guys, or you still gonna have chicks who still gonna try to do the trap babies, because here's the thing, you get a baby from one of those guys, child support, their child support gonna be like freaking $20,000, $30,000 a month. So but for us regular people, us regular men, well, hey, listen, it don't benefit a woman to put a trap baby on you anymore, because with these new changes that's coming about.
Baby, this child tax credit, child support tweet got y'all in the frenzy, don't it, baby? Let me tell you something. If you only paying $200 to $400 a month for one kid, two kids, it ain't even $4,000-$5,000. This ain't your conversation. Exit to the left. You shouldn't even have thought. Because you're donating. Okay, you're donating to the support of the child, because nobody can support a child on $200 a month. Okay, this is not your conversation. Okay, so the ones that's paying the the 10, the 15, 20K a year, okay, over in that range. Okay, yep, they should receive some kind of credit, but that $200, $160, $80, this not your conversation. We're not gonna put y'all over there with them. Okay.
The thing about this is that I don't agree that people who are paying less can't have an opinion about this. And the reason why is because for so long, women have had men on child support that wasn't even their children. Okay? Women have knowingly put men on child support to pay for children that they knew for a fact did not belong to him, but they knew that he had the bigger bag, or that he was more successful, or he was more responsible, and was going to be paying the funds for another person's situation just because they were intimate with you, and you knowingly put them into this position. So I think that everybody has the right to have their opinion or their feelings, because literal men have gone to prison, jail, for not paying child support payments because of maybe their income or whatever the case is, being in situations that they were not financially capable to begin with. And I think it's only right, again, that there is something put in place that is going to rectify these situations, because there's a lot of women who got with Pookie, knew Pookie ain't had no job. Okay, she knew good and well that Pookie didn't have no job, and she, purposely got pregnant by Pookie to make the other people around, all the other women around Pookie, jealous. Then when things didn't go her way and the relationship didn't work out in the way that she knew from the beginning it wasn't going to, because he already told her he didn't want to have a baby with her, but she told him she was on the pill, had this baby, created this situation, put him on child support to be vindictive, and then created a situation where she's taking him to court, knowing that, again, he was not in the position before. You lay with this man, and he never gave provider when you got pregnant by him. Turned around, put him on child support. He was unable to pay said child support. Unable to, do anything where he can say, okay, I want to separate myself from this situation. I did not want this child, the same way that women can do that to men when, they decide to delete their offspring. They don't have to consult with their partner. They can just do it whenever they want to. The same way he didn't have the right to do that, they put him in this position that now, okay, because I want to be vindictive in nature, I'm going to purposely put you on child support, knowing that you can't pay it. Ben knew you couldn't pay it because now you're going to be behind bars. And these same women that I tried to make jealous, now they can't have you either. Think about that. This toxic mentality, it is going to sieve.
Listen, this is amazing. It is amazing that in 2025, a woman, this young sister, this young feminine sister will say the things that men have been thinking for years. For years. But if men said that, if a man was to say that, hey, let a man sign his rights away, since I didn't really want this kid, you said you was on the pill, and basically you lied, and trying to, just cause you think, you're gonna get some money out of me or my family, or you want to get money from the state or what have you. Well, guess what? That's fine. But I that was all on you. That was all you came up with that plan. That was your idea. So I want to go ahead and better just sign my little rights away. And you got this. Since this was all your idea, this is your grand scheme. Well, guess what? You got it. But see, if a man say that, listen, he'll get nailed to the cross. But I am so happy that in 2025, listen, they said that some strange things was gonna happen in 2025. But I never thought I would have saw or heard another sister that break code and say what this young sister is saying. Listen, man, I tell you, this is amazing. This is amazing. Let's continue.
Through the process, it's also going to sift through the truth of who should actually be on child support and who actually should not be on child support.
Mm-hmm. Yo, man, what's up? Why you knocking on my door like that?
It's an emergency.
What's up?
I need you to come to the courthouse with me real quick.
What you need me to come no, hell no. I ain't finna go to no courthouse.
Come on. No, wait.
Courthouse for what?
So I can take you off of child support. Don't you want to get taken off of child support?
Taken off of child support?
Yeah.
You up
See?
for some?
No, I'm not.
So you want to be next taken off of child support?
Yeah, come on. Don't you want to get taken off of child support? Aren't you tired of paying that shit?
I am tired of paying it, but why though? Like, why now though? Like,
because Trump finna be in office, and you know what I'm saying? He finna make it to where you can't file taxes if the other parent is paying child support. So I need you to come down here. I'd rather have the taxes than that motherfucking child support. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to run
you don't pay shit in child support. I feel like that ain't fair. You don't pay shit in child
She
support like
figured it
that.
out. She running the game, trying to run the game on it.
Come on.
If this law were to come into place, these women will say, you know what? Let me rethink on if I need to put this man who was actually, assisting me and responsible on child support. Because if it's really about the support of the child, and they really, truly need the help, they will be forced to put that man on child support and allow him to receive that credit. But if it's not about that, and if it's only about the bag, they're going to be changing their mind on if they truly want to put this man on child support, or if they are going to accept whatever assistance that he is going to be giving them, so that they can get the quote unquote bigger bag of the tax refund whenever they file their taxes.
I do taxes down.
No, something. I think that, taxes sound better than me paying.
Come on, man, bro.
No, don't touch me. No, hell no.
That ain't fair. I have them all the time, bro. I have them all the time. I spend more money child support, bro.
I would have tried to work something out with you, but the only reason why you here because you want to get taxes. Guess who got taxes now? Me. Yeah.
Man, get your foul ass
child
on,
support,
bro.
Man. Hey, I'm not going to no courthouse with you. That's your ass.
Yeah, that's gonna be the next thing that's getting decided on. I'm taking. I'm gonna fight against that.
I get them taxes.
We gonna all come together and we gonna go to the Supreme Court with that shit.
Let me tell you something.
Because that shit is not right.
Hey, let me tell you something. Thank God for Donald Trump. Now get on my doorstep.
Man.
So I don't know. It is a rumor. It has not been 100% solidified, but I think that laws in regards to child support should be looked at, changed, reorganized for a lot of different reasons. The penalty of not paying for child support.
I agree with her 100 again, another 100% as far as the law, the child support laws. A lot of the laws are very old and archaic, and they need to be revised. They need to be revamped because it I know people have their opinions, but if you've ever paid child support, you know that some way, somehow, the men always wind up shouldering, they just wind up paying more. And as of lately, they came about with this whole shared custody thing where now, both parents basically have, split custody. So there is no child support because the child is with, both parents, almost an equal amount of time. So, it kind of offsets. But I would assume that when it comes to the child's medical expenses, the dad still have to, even though he's not paying child support, he'll still have to put that child on his insurance, his medical insurance through his employer. So that in and of itself is gonna raise, he's gonna lose money there. Maybe not as much as if he would have been actually paying child support and it not being offset because of the whole share custody thing. But I mean, your insurance can go up $190. You could go paying 160, 120, for a single policy, and then all of a sudden a single plan rather on your job, and now it goes up, and now you paying double that, triple that. So it just depends. So I think that I think if the laws were revamped and looked at and changed, I think that I think things could have been a lot fairer a lot sooner, and not just now. No, we had in 2025. Now we gonna address this.
Support is jail. I think that should be changed. I think that men should have the right to also sign away all of their parental rights and give it, only solely to the person, to the other parent if they do not want to be involved. The same way, again, that women have the opportunities to, delete children and not consult the other party. I think that there needs to be a deep dive and a deep look into the child support matters and cases, because again, a lot of these baby mamas that are upset are benefiting from this broken child support system, and now when the tables are turned, all of a sudden they don't want anything to be looked into. Same way, this is the same conversation of women and accountability, just in a different form. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your opinions and your thought process on this entire situation. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.
So family, what's your opinion? What's your thoughts? How do you feel about this? How do you, as far as the men listeners, what do the men viewers, the male viewers, how do you feel about this? Because this is going to directly affect a lot of you. And women, how do you all feel about it? I know most of you are going to be, upset and not happy, but when you have another woman and she has no problem with speaking truth, and basically saying, hey, listen, this has been unfair for men for a very long time. And if you chose to have a child, this man ain't in no position to take care of no child, but for whatever the reason you chose to get pregnant, because listen, they got, even back in my day, they got birth control at the bare minimum. They had other things, but there were things that could be taken. So really there was no excuse for an illegitimate child. There was just not. So, but as I said, family, I just wanted to drop this and just kind of like look at it and just react to Rivah. I mean, it's just to see another sister to talk about this, and she like, hey, listen, this is how it is, and this is my opinion, this is my view, and say it loud and proud and speaking up for men, hey, I like it. Well, family, until next time. Well, family, I hope that you all enjoyed the video. Um, I hope we will be able to take something away from this as positive. And at the end of the day, it's all about the growth. It's all about growing and becoming better human beings. Well, family, always remember, be more tomorrow than you were yesterday. Peace.